Hi everyone, this video is on the topic blood, and today we'll be able to learn what is blood. We will be able to understand the overview of blood and have an understanding on the physical characteristics of blood, composition and functions of blood. Let us try to learn what is blood. As we all know, blood is very essential for all of us to live. And so blood is considered to be a body fluid in the human body. There are a number of medical terms related to blood which often begins with hemo or hemato. There are two different spellings which starts with HE or HAE. So these words, if you can find in a medical term, then it indicates blood. So coming to the etymology of the blood, that is the origin of the word blood, it is understood that it is derived from the Greek word hema, meaning blood. So in other words, you can call blood as a specialized form of connective tissue which is present in the fluid form, and the origin is mainly bones. Now, blood can also be described as the fluid of life, fluid of growth, and fluid of health. Why do we call it as fluid of life? Because it carries oxygen from lungs to all the parts of the body and also try to remove the carbon dioxide from all parts of the body and then bring it back to the lungs. And fluid of growth. Blood is considered to be the fluid of growth as it carries various nutritive substances from the digestive system and hormones from endocrine gland to all the tissues. The third one is fluid of health. It protects the body against various diseases and gets rid of unwanted substances by transporting them into excretory organs. Having understood the overview of blood, let us now learn the physical characteristics of blood. Blood is definitely thicker than water because the viscosity is more due to the various constituents present in the blood. And when you consider the percentage of blood in the total body weight, it is almost 8%. And the volume of blood is 70 ml per kilogram body weight. And then there is difference in the volume of the blood, that is in male 5 to 6 liters and female 4 to 5 liters. So there is difference between the volume of blood in male and female. And the temperature of blood accounts to 100.4 degree Fahrenheit, and the pH ranges from 7.35 to 7.45. This slide talks about the composition of blood. The percentage of whole blood is 8% and other fluids and tissues 92%. The 8% whole blood consists of blood plasma 55% and formed elements 45%. And protein constitutes 7% of blood plasma, and then the remaining percentage of the blood plasma is water, that is 91.5%, and few other solutes are present, that is 1.5%. So let us now understand what are the proteins present. The proteins present in the blood plasma are albumin, globulin and fibrinogen. In the percentage, 54% of albumin, 38% of globulin, and fibrinogen is 7%, and all others are 1%. Now, apart from the proteins, the other solutes, that is the solid substances present in the blood, are electrolytes, nutrients, some of the gases, regulatory substances, vitamins, and waste products. And the 45% of the formed elements constitute platelets, white blood cells, RBCs. And these platelets, white blood cells, and RBCs are expressed in terms of number of cells per microliter of blood. And the white blood cells comprises of neutrophils, lymphocytes, monocytes, eosinophils, and basophils. The highest percentage of WBC constitute neutrophils, followed by lymphocytes, monocytes, eosinophils, and basophils. So this is composition of blood. Now we will go into functions of blood. Functions of blood can be understood under 5 headings. The first one is respiratory, second one is nutritive, third is excretory, and the fourth one is protective, and fifth is regulatory. In these 3 subheadings, we will be able to learn the functions of blood. Respiratory functions. Respiratory function of blood is nothing but the blood carries the oxygen needed for the body or the various tissues of the body for its own function, and then it tries to remove the carbon dioxide which is not essential and bring it back to the lungs from the tissues. So this transportation of oxygen and removal of carbon dioxide from the tissues is carried out by blood. The second one is nutritive function. Blood has the ability to transport the various nutritive substances from the gut to tissues, and then after receiving the nutrients from the blood, the tissues use it, and also some of the nutrients are stored for future use. The third function of blood is the excretory function. Blood helps in the transport of all the waste products which has been accumulated in the tissues to kidneys. Some of the waste products like urea, uric acid, and other waste products are removed through the excretory organs with the help of blood. And then the waste products, once it is taken to the excretory organs removes the waste products from the body. To name a few excretory organs, the main excretory organs where the waste products are removed is through kidney, skin, and lungs. The next function of blood is the protective aspect of blood, and the protective function of blood is carried out in 4 concepts. One is phagocytic, immunological, hormonal transport, and hemostatic. What is phagocytic function of blood? The phagocytic function of blood is carried out mainly by WBC, which is present in the blood. That is, the WBC surrounds or it engulfs the bacteria or the germs and destroys them, thus giving protection to our body from infection. Next one is immunological functions. Blood transport antibodies and antitoxins and protect the body against infection or toxic substances. So this immunological aspect is carried out very well with the help of blood. Hormonal transport is also one of the most important functions of blood. Hormones are very much essential for the various activities of the body, and the blood transport hormones and carries them to tissues, and the tissues regulates the body functions with the help of those hormones. Hemostatic function. It prevents the loss of blood by the coagulatory mechanism. There are a number of coagulatory mechanisms present in the blood. With the cascade of the action of coagulatory mechanism, the blood loss is prevented, which is called as coagulation of blood. So those constituents are present in the blood, and that is called as hemostatic function of blood. The regulatory functions of blood. The regulatory functions of blood are body temperature regulation, water and electrolyte balance, acid-base balance, osmotic pressure equilibrium, and blood pressure regulation. These are the various regulatory functions of blood. Body temperature regulation. Due to the high specific heat of water in the blood, it stores greater quantity of heat and distributes throughout the body equally and gives excess of heat from the body surface. Thus, the temperature of the body is very well maintained by the blood. Water and electrolyte balance. Water and electrolyte balance is very much essential for maintaining the functions of the body, and this is carried out by the blood. Blood maintains the water content of the tissue and helps in the regulation of fluid and electrolyte content in the different compartments of the body. The acid base balance is maintained by the blood, and osmotic pressure equilibrium is maintained with the help of albumin, that is one of the plasma proteins which are present in the blood. Blood pressure regulation helps in maintaining the arterial blood pressure by alteration in blood volume. So this video helps us to understand what is blood, the various functions of blood, composition of blood, and we were also able to understand some of the aspects under overview of blood. Thank you, and the upcoming video we will be able to learn the formed elements with special reference to WBC and RBC. Thank you.